Hi everyone, welcome to BISP Solutions. My name is Sonal Sharma and I am working as functional consultant with BISP Solutions. In today's video of ARCS series, we are going to cover that how the administrator have power to update in reconciliation and reconciliation attributes. Here we need to understand one thing, that what are the attributes and why it is required for reconciliation. See, with the help of attributes only, the reconciliation can be created. Here the administrator has power on multiple things. If you can see, we directly move to the reconciliation, ARCS application homepage. Here in the list of reconciliation, if you go, you can see that there are multiple things which can be provided by the administrator only. So here I am going to take any of the example of already created reconciliation. We will take accounts payable thread. Okay, suppose we are taking this. So I am going on the added part, added reconciliation. Okay, and I'll show you what are the things can be provided by the administrator, and administrator is the solely person to give these. First of all, we need to go to the properties. Here administrator provide the account ID. This account ID has to be the unique one. Okay, this is how we go to home page and reconciliation and on the edit icon, and we are moving to the properties. So he will provide the accounts payable thread. That means the unique name of that particular reconciliation profile, the description about that particular profile. The reconciliation is about for which period it is important to provide here. Okay, here you can see the calendar. Calendar is the base calendar which can be provided while configuring for the system of application and profile. So at that time you will provide the base calendar that the organization is taking, whether it's April to March year calendar or January to December. It is based on the organization's practices. Here if you want to if the person want to administrator want to create for summary profile, it can be given here. It can be selected while creating the profile. Okay, here organizational unit for which particular unit this reconciliation is belonging is going to be selected. The format what we created at the initial phase of creating reconciliation, the first step is creating the format. It can also be editable after once the profile is created. Method which is attached to the format can be provided here. The risk rating, it is also provided while going to the applications configuration part. There are multiple things I will show you after this box, so that you can understand. The account type, that means in the balance sheet format where that particular that profile or reconciliation is falling, it will go to that account type. There are multiple options already you know setup already made in this system of ARCS application, which provide the general basic items or accounts of balance sheet item. You just need to select out of which it is falling. The normal balance you can select either credit or debit or credit both. Okay, it can be anything. Here the maximum age limit for that particular reconciliation adjustment you can provide, so that that particular limitation or bar can be created for the preparer, so that he can accomplish its task on timely basis, and the balance explanation for as well. Okay, here you can see the auto reconciliation part. Auto reconciliation part, you need to understand one thing, that at the time of creating auto reconciliation, if you see, there are multiple varieties of methods provided here. I'll show you while creating altogether a new one. So there are multiple types of method. The first one is, you can say, you can select here that in case of balance is zero, suppose the balance is zero for any of the account reconciliation or profile, so it will automatically reconcile that particular reconciliation, and there is no need for explanation by the preparer to submit to the reviewer, and reviewer not need to approve or reject it. So it will automatically done. there are multiple number of transactions or profiles or reconciliation can be created for the organization's financial close purpose. So here it is not really possible to reconcile each and everyone on the basis of explanation provided by the preparer one by one, even for the non-active or the zero balance accounts. Okay, so this is basically the method provided here. Here you can see the first one is balance is zero, the second one is balance is zero and no activity. Even in case of no activity, suppose any account has the opening balance and the same closing balance and there is no activity in between, so that particular reconciliation can automatically get reconciled. Here you can also provide the tolerance limit. Okay, tolerance limit you can provide for a particular percentage tolerance, that suppose the balance if goes, does not go below 10% or above 10%. In that case it is just a normal fluctuation, so it can be auto reconciled. These are the things can be done by the administrator. Instruction can be provided by the administrator, that in this case suppose it is instructed that if there is any discrepancy in the balance between AP subledger and general ledger, accounts payable subledger and general ledger balance, you must perform an analysis to identify and enter any necessary reconciling items. You may use the balance drill back features. Okay, so in that case you can, if further required, you can perform the analysis and identify the reconciling items. Also you can check the balance trail back feature which is provided by ARCS application. Here you can also provide the workflow, which is really important and mandatory. Without providing the preparer and reviewer, the profile is not going to show you as a valid status. That means that profile is not, cannot be used for the reconciliation purpose. Here you can provide the preparer, the usernames. You can select it from here. The list of the users are given in the access control of that of the particular ARCS application navigator. So you directly move to the access control and create a new user, or you can utilize the existing user. The role can be provided as the preparer to that user is important, the ID password and its activity can be reviewed there also. Here you can provide the frequency for that, for any particular reconciliation, whether you want it the monthly or quarterly or half yearly can be given here, which was created at the time of configuration in the application. You can provide the duration for that particular preparer, limiting the preparer that what is the maximum time you have to provide for. The start date and add date for that particular reconciliation can be here given. The reviewer can be provided here with the add icon. Here you can provide the user name and it has to be the role assigned to it has to be the reviewer one. Okay, in the same way you can provide the duration here as well. Here you need to provide for the currency as well, because it is mandatory to provide for the functional currency. Without it, the profile is not going to show you a valid status. As well, you need to provide the rate type here. In the access, you can also provide the commentators and viewers. Commentators are allowed to give the comments over any of the reconciliation, and it can not going to submit or approve or reject. So that means he has no much power towards that particular reconciliation, but he can give or provide the review over it or add some comments. Whereas in case of viewers are the persons who can, the users, you can only just see that reconciliation, their workflow and the comments over it, the questions attached to it, the rules, regulations, instructions given to it, the attachments created by the preparer can be seen here. So the viewer is the only person who can just have a look to the reconciliation but cannot perform any type of activity here. The attributes can also be provided by the administrator related to particular reconciliation if you want to say. See, at the time of configuration, you can provide the attributes for the reconciliation as well as the system attributes. But for the a particular reconciliation, if you want to create some attributes, you can go for here. Like you can create the team alert, yes or no, who are able to edit that, and whether the copy reconciliation changes to profile or not. You can provide these things here. The demo code, the key demo account, these can be provided here. One important thing here is providing the rules. Rules can be provided for that particular reconciliation in case of the profile can be provided here. There are multiple types of inbuilt rules provided with the ARCS application, which can be utilized like auto approve reconciliation, auto submit reconciliation, prevent auto reconciliation, prevent auto submission, okay, attachment is required, or prevent rejection of reconciliation. There are multiple types of rules can be provided here where you can add the conditions for particular reconciliation you want to give, so that it can be the controlling part can be done by the administrator. And history for that particular reconciliation, if something is already attached, as you can see here in the case of accounts payable trade, you can see the preparer its status is changed, modified on this date, modified by this person, old value was that, and the new value is this. Okay, so this is you can do. So these are the powers can be provided to the administrator related to any of the reconciliation, and reconciliation attribute can be given here, so he can provide for these reconciliation create any creating or editing in any reconciliation and providing for attributes. So this is the power of administrator related to reconciliation and its attributes. Thank you for today.